Orale. Total Trucker here for Wrestling Rehab. What is going on to all my wrestling junkies out there? Shout outs to all my wrestling junkies. Shout outs to Pablo from LA Times and one Mr. Incredible Javier. Just want to go ahead and go live just for a few minutes, guys. Links on there in case you guys want to tap in before Raw starts. If you guys get the whatever feed you guys get. I'm over here at the hotel room, so West Coast time, I'll be getting it at 5 o'clock. But if I was at home, I don't get that East Coast feed, but that might be changing here pretty soon. What's up, Pastor Benny? Mob Nasty. You guys can go check out Pablo's breakdown preview for Monday Night Raw tonight, man. Looks like there's a couple of good kickers there. And there's the Monday Night Raw. That's basically going to kick off the last Monday Night Raw till SummerSlam. It's Madison Square Garden. They always want to do it big. We all know that SummerSlam, they're really trying to turn SummerSlam into, a mini WrestleMania, kind of like WrestleMania Part 2 for the year. And they've been doing a pretty good job of it over the years, man. SummerSlam has overshadowed, we all think that there's the big four, right? Royal Rumble, WrestleMania being the number one, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. But I'm going to say over the last few years, they've done a really good job to bring up SummerSlam, where I think SummerSlam is number two. Everyone was just considering, hey, those are the big four, WrestleMania being number one, but it's all the big four. Well, I think they're actually in numbers now. I think it's going to be WrestleMania number one, SummerSlam number two, Royal Rumble number three, and Survivor Series number four. But I do hope they keep the elimination tag teams going at Survivor Series, and what they've been doing with Raw versus SmackDown. That's pretty cool. Who knows? Maybe one day you could throw in a little bit of NXT in there and some of that stuff, man. That'll be pretty freedom as well. But man, a lot going on. Vince McMahon retires. I saw with my boy Incredible Javier what he was throwing down, and look. I'll go ahead and give my 2 cents on this. Okay. Before any of these allegations, I was thinking, look, Vince, it's time for you to retire, homie. It really is. The guy he looks like a corpse, dog. Serio. He looks dead. He looks like something that you drag around, dog, like Weekend at Bernie's. He looks like Bernie. He looks like a straight out corpse, man. But it's been time for him to retire. However, the fact that he retires like this, I think it's always going to go down in history that he's retiring because of these allegations. Was he already planning to retire? I don't know. It did come kind of sudden, right? And when he did choose to retire, there was really nothing. There was really nothing going on in his retirement. There was no like, hey, you know what? Vince is looking to retire. Hey, we're gonna have some big party for one Vince McMahon. We're gonna, do anything like that. Nothing, man. It was just like, oh, he decided to retire, and then Stephanie McMahon comes out and does her thing, and that's, that was it. Let me change this real quick to mine. There we go. Now we're good. So it's always gonna look suspicious. It's always gonna look. Everyone's always gonna look at it like, oh, why he retired? Because of these sex allegations. And maybe there is something to that. I said it before. I thought he did the right thing in putting his face forward. I like the fact that even though there was these sex allegations, he came out. He put himself in front of the camera. Um, I like that. But now that he is retiring, and like I said, just retiring just like that, just without any notice, without him even coming out or anything like that, man. Just having Stephanie McMahon just come out and say, like, oh, you know what? Thank you, Vince. Thank you, Vince. It just, it's not really a good look. In my eyes, it's not a good look. But oh well, man. This has been historic because there's some major changes coming. And I think everybody is just used to Vince always being around. And I want to go ahead and point it out, man, how much criticism Vince McMahon has gotten. I mean, all the time, dog. You listen to some of these other like wrestling podcasts and everything, and it's just a lot of criticism of Vince McMahon. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about any of these sex allegations. I'm not talking about any of them. I'm just talking about the way the business is ran. I just hear just a lot of criticism for years. While I don't, agree with everything, hey man, I like what he was doing. The number one thing that till this day bothers me is the Undertaker losing his streak. That is the number one thing that till this day bothers the hell out of me. And me being a big Bret the Hitman Hart fan, it's no secret. I made a video about it. He's my favorite wrestler of all time and probably always will be. I don't think anybody's going to top Bret the Hitman Hart for me personally. So you will think that the Montreal Screwjob is probably my number one. It's not. It's not. The thing that I really, really don't like, till this day, it still bothers me. When I start thinking about it, I get pretty upset, man. And that's the streak. The Undertaker's streak. Like that, for me, it killed it, dog. It killed it. It just ruined it all. I wasn't right. I wasn't right for a while. Shoot, I'm still not right, Holmes. But that to me was the number, and still is, and I believe always will be the number one thing. Forget the Montreal Screwjob. I'm telling you guys right now. When it comes to the streak, I don't even really care about the Montreal Screwjob. But that was the number one thing that really bothered me. And still does. Like I said, still does bother me. But hey man, you know what? Maybe I'll make a video just based on that because it deserves it, man. It definitely deserves it. But we got SummerSlam coming up in a few days. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't SummerSlam always in the month of August? Am I tripping on that? I thought, I was having a conversation with somebody a few days ago, and we were talking about like, hey, SummerSlam wasn't always in August. Is this the first time? Or I shouldn't say like the first time ever, but wasn't SummerSlam always in August? I know they're also trying to hype up this pay-per-view that they're gonna have across the pond. Let me see. For real, Cholo, he should have stayed undefeated at WrestleMania. I agree, man. It killed it, dog. It ruined so much. It was just, I, man, I'll go on for hours on that, but it just ruined everything, dog. It ruined life. And I just kind of thought, look, I kind of thought this, right? Because I was thinking, hey, is he ever going to lose at some point at WrestleMania? Will he ever lose the streak, right? Never did I ever think that it would have been Brock Lesnar. That kind of bothers me more, man, that the fact that you're going to have somebody like Brock Lesnar beat him, somebody who is a part-timer, somebody who has trouble, who has had trouble with the company, who, I don't know how dedicated Brock Lesnar really truly is in the business. Probably today more now than before, because he can't really do much else. But he was dabbling in the UFC. He was trying out, trying to get on football, trying out for the Vikings, and he has always been somewhat of a kind of in and out type of part timer kind of guy. So to me, I was like, why him? Why not give that to somebody who is 100% of the business? Till this day, my favorite WrestleMania match is Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker, WrestleMania 25. I would have much, much rather had seen HBK beat the streak. I'm not saying that's what I want to happen, because that's not what I want to happen. I would have rather the Undertaker retired undefeated. But if you're gonna have somebody take it, why? I don't. Why would you give it to like some part timer man who's not really 100% about the business, dog? I would much rather seen HBK. Let's see. My pops called me over to see Raw since a big Rey Mysterio fan. 20 years. 20 years, man. If you guys got a chance, go ahead, check it out. Earlier today, my boy Pablo dropped a video, a preview of Monday Night Raw. 20 years for one Mr. Rey Mysterio. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about that. Rey Mysterio is, I believe, because I can't really think of anybody. I didn't do any research or anything like that, but just off the top of my head, Rey Mysterio is the best small guy ever. If I'm wrong, if you guys can think of somebody else, let me know. But in this world of giants, what Rey Mysterio has been able to do, again, I didn't do any research. I'm just going off the top of my head. He's got to be the best small guy ever. And I like Rey Mysterio. He was never my number one. I get it, Booyaka, Booyaka, 619, and the luchador mask. He brought a different flavor, right? He brought that kind of luchador to the States. Probably the most popular luchador that there is, because he's a trailblazer, man. Right? He's very popular south of the border. And I mean, not just south of the border, he's popular globally. I mean, he's in my opinion the most recognizable, the most popular luchador ever. I'm not saying he's the best. You guys can go ahead and say somebody, El Blue Demon or Santos or Hijo de Santos was better. That's cool. That's fine. That's not what I'm arguing here. That's not the point I'm making. I'm saying he is the most popular ever. He's global, homie. That guy's been around the world. And his size, I don't know how tall he is, but come on, dog. In the world of giants, his size, that says a lot, man. What that man's been able to do. Yes, sir. Ray gets down. That he does, man. That he does, and he makes it. He makes it believable. Like when he gets, he's a small guy, right? So when he gets down with, he's always the smaller guy. He's always the smaller guy in the ring. So when he gets down with the bigger dudes, just the way he uses his entire body, right, as a weapon, it really makes it very believable. Let me see. I got to see Rey Mysterio live in the U.S. and in Juarez. Is that right, Benny? I got to see Rey Mysterio get down a few times, man. Let me see, with and without mask. You know what? I'm gonna tell you. Till this day, I still haven't seen him without a mask. I never really pursued it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not like I'm not running away from it. Like, oh no, man, I want to see him without a mask. I know there's footage out there. There's pictures of him without a mask. I know all that. I just I'm not trying to get away from it or anything. But no, I'm sure I'll see him without a mask one day. Let me see. Lucha Libre to mainstream, big time, Holmes, big time. He did. He brought Lucha Libre to mainstream. And all just globally, just around the world, just seeing this guy with a mask doing these crazy moves. It's not 100% luchador estilo. He kind of has to adapt and everything, but he does bring a lucha libre estilo into the mix. So when the rest of the world is watching, it's like, man, what's this? What's going on here, man? And they start doing some investigation, start seeing like, orale, luchadores and everything like that. This guy, what he has done, man, is something that somebody else has never done. And when you look at his size, when you look at how small he is, it's like, dog, come on, man. Come on. Especially when you hear of the fascination that Vince McMahon has with big guys, right? I mean, times have kind of changed in the last few years. I'm going to say probably like in the last, 15, 20 years. But even with that, it's usually the big guys that get all the shine. But this guy has been champion. I mean, big shout outs, man, to Rey Mysterio. So where does it go with Dominic, right? They got this program going on with Judgment Day, which in my opinion, I thought Judgment Day was kind of falling off. Okay. Why in the hell? Why in the hell would you turn your back on Edge? That is your main star. If you wanted to build Judgment Day, keep Edge on there. I didn't understand that. Let some of these other guys build up much more recognition. Let people actually care about some of these guys. And then turn your back on your fearless leader, Edge. But why would you just immediately take your biggest star, in this faction with it, which is Judgment Day, and eliminate him. Who the hell cares who Damian Priest is? And that's not a shot at the guy, but that about those, he's he's having a rough time, getting over. Finn Balor, I will say he is a little bit over. He didn't really need to be part of this Judgment Day. I like that Rhea Ripley was in it. She's injured right now. We don't really, to tell you the truth, man, I've been trying to find what's really going on with her. And I'll tell you this, guys, there's a lot of speculation, not a lot of facts, but a lot of speculation, right? It was like, oh, well, it was a concussion. Oh, it's a brain injury. It's like, okay, brain injury meaning what? Mean a concussion? If it's a concussion, why not just say concussion? But it's a brain injury, and then she has this thing for her heart. It's like a lot of speculation, but not a lot of straightforward facts. And with that, I still don't know when she's coming back. And I like Rhea Ripley, I do. I think she does have the charisma, and I think she is that good in the ring where she can she can get the strap one day and really carry it well. But it sucks that she got injured, man. It sucks that she got hurt. 6, sorry, guys. 9. Dom sucks. DOM. Who are you talking about? I said, Benny, are you talking about Damian Priest? Because that faction to me, dog. Oh, you're talking about Dominic. My bad, Holmes. Okay, I got you, Essa. Benny. I got you. Okay, let's talk about Dominic. I forgot we're over here supposed to be talking about the Mysterios, dog, and I kind of just went off on yeah, I got you, man. My bad, Holmes. I started going off on Judgment Day. I got you, homie. Okay. All right, man. So let's go ahead and talk about Dominic. All right. Okay. Look, man. If he's not with his old man, nobody cares about Dominic. That's just being real. Anybody can say that they're a fan of Dominic. That's cool. That's freedom, man. Go ahead and support the kid all you want. That's all right. But if he's not coming out with his old man, if he's not side by side with his old man, that kid's not over. He's just not. That guy is some sort of mid-level card guy. I'm gonna say, okay, and we'll be on for a few more minutes, man, before Raw kicks off. Let me see. You good? Got not? It's Monday. It was a great weekend, Benny. It was a great weekend. Hey, what's up, Mikey? He would do better going indie if alone. Okay, that's what. I was kind of gonna get to something like that. I would look right now. Right now, you could give him the recognition because he's right by his dad, right? But if one day Rey Mysterio decides to hang it up, that Dominic is not going to survive. He's not over. He's not over like that. Nobody's gonna care about him. I will say, if he's gonna go solo, if he's gonna go on his own, you gotta put him on NXT. He's gotta go down to NXT, man. Without his dad, the kid is nothing. I mean, he might have a little bit of a small fan base, mainly small kids, but the kid's not that good on cutting promos. He's, he's an all right of a wrestler, but there's really nothing there that, gets my attention to say, like, oh man, like I care about what this kid is doing outside of him teaming up with his old man. Somebody like Apollo Crews, right? Apollo Crews has all the skills in the ring. But to be real, I didn't really care too much about what he was doing, man. You got to be able to capture the audience. He makes little kids cry so much. Let me see. Alone, Arquette versus Dominic. Hey, Mikey, you know what? Maybe they should bring back Doink the Clown to get in there with Dominic. But yeah, look, they're celebrating Rey Mysterio, who is, in my opinion, and you know what? Correct me if I'm wrong, man. Correct me if I'm wrong. The greatest. I'm not saying best inside of the ring. I'm just saying the greatest luchador ever. This guy, what a job he's done to pretty much go global. And now that weight is going to be on his son. And I just, it sucks for him. And right now, as long as they remain a tag team, it keeps Dominic relevant. But once the old man decides, like, hey, my time is up, then that's it, man. I want Rey Mysterio to know, when you hang it up, just know you're basically not retiring your son, but you're retiring your son's finger quotes popularity. So at that time, and I believe there's no other way other than them having a feud with one another. Dominic is, look, I think the best way, and either send him down to NXT, or let's see how good of a heel he can be. He's gonna have to turn his back on his old man, and they're gonna have to have a match, and he's gonna have to really go back, really do a number on his old man. You know what he's gonna have to do? Let me tell you guys this: Triple H is back. Yes, he is. Yes, he is, man. He is the new Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Okay. Multiple. Orale, what's up, Paul? Let me see. They said the same about 1, 2, 3, kid, for the sides. Okay, all right. Okay, look. Because Paul likes he likes Dominic. I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm just saying he's not getting over. And if his old man is not beside him, that's it. Nobody's gonna care about him, man. I will say this. Here's the best way to do it. And Bruce Pritchard, if they fire Bruce Pritchard, Brother Love, I love you. Bring me in, Holmes, because I'll be able to write this stuff. And when I say write it, I just mean paste back and forth and have somebody else type it. But here, this would work. All right, this will work. Have Dominic turn on his dad, on Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania, and have Dominic rip the mask off his dad. And you see, everybody's able to see. I'm not talking about rip the mask off and then Rey covers his face with his hands. No. Chale, dog. He does a number on his old man, handcuffs him to the rope where he can't use his hands. And then he rips the mask off and everybody can see Rey Mysterio's face. That right there will get Dominic over as a heel. But outside of that, man, he's going to have a really tough time once his dad decides to hang it up. Cena's 20, I think, will be overshadow Rey. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Cena is a much, much, much bigger star, Dom. Mysterio needs to take the mask off his dad. That's exactly, Benny. Exactly. Isn't the 1, 2, 3 kid X-Pac? Yeah. Yeah. X-Pac. What else did he go? I think he went by 6. NXT would be better. Yeah, I think if he goes down and makes a name for himself down at NXT, I think it would help him. Dom is Eddie's son. Anyway. Hey, you guys remember that? I'm your papi. Dominic doesn't have the Razor Ramon. He needs the machismo. That's what he needs, dog. If he rips the mask off of Rey Mysterio, off his dad at WrestleMania, and really shows Rey Mysterio's face. Again, I'm not talking about rip it off and Rey Mysterio covers his face with something else. No, Charlotte, dog. I'm talking about everybody. The cameras are right there to see. That will get Dominic over. Rumor, he turns tonight. Yeah, I mean, look, what he said with Judgment Day, I think Judgment Day kind of fell apart a little bit once they got rid of Edge. Who the hell cares about Damian Priest? They really needed to keep Edge on there. So Dork is no bueno. Oh, come on, Mikey. Come on, Dummy Doink. Mikey going hard on Dominic. You know what, man? Look, we'll call it right there. It's about to start. At least right here, I get the East Coast feed. For those that got to wait, hey, man, go ahead and wait. But let's see what happens tonight. 20 years. It'd be something on a 20-year anniversary at Madison Square Garden if Dominic decides to turn. I don't think it would really help them because what are they going to do? They're going to have a match at SummerSlam. Like, you're not even building the match up, and I don't want Dominic to be part of this faction Judgment Day, which the Judgment Day isn't even over, homie. They're not even over. They don't even really have a fan base. Nobody even really cares much about them. They did it. They messed up getting rid of Edge. They really did. So if he joins them, it's like, I don't know. Now it's just 3 dudes that nobody really cares about too much. Finn Balor, I guess, but even he's not that over. Hey, but with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and watch a little bit of Monday Night Raw. All right, you guys go ahead, check it out, and we'll be doing a nice collab on a pre-show for SummerSlam. So with that, shout outs to all my wrestling junkies. I'll catch you guys on the next one.